Today we're going to get an up-close encounter with a piece of mining history. Meet the Terex Series 33-15 haul truck. Manufactured by the Terex division of General Motors. This particular truck is a 1975 model with the ability to carry 170 tons or 85 cubic yards of material on its bed. But it's not its sheer size that makes it special. No, it's what's underneath that set the mining world ablaze in 1973 as the Terex Series 33-15 haul truck was the first to utilize a diesel-electric hybrid powertrain system. Instead of a diesel engine powering a transmission that was connected to the rear wheels by a drive shaft that would turn a differential in the rear axle, the technology used since the first automobiles were made. This truck used a diesel engine to turn a generator that produced electricity to power two electric motors attached to the rear wheels. With this revolutionary technology, efficiency was increased, which led to lower operating costs to run these massive machines. This lower operating cost led to impressive sales for General Motors, as mining operations are all about economies of scale. GM must have known they were onto something with this new technology, as the name Terex was a combination of the Latin words terra, meaning soil or dirt, and rex, meaning king. The new Series 33-15 haul truck was indeed the Dirt King. Powering this beast is a two-stroke V16 Detroit diesel engine with 4 turbochargers that produce an impressive 1,600 horsepower. The maximum engine speed is 1,900 RPM. These two-stroke engines would be phased out in the 1980s in favor of the cleaner and more fuel-efficient 4-stroke version. Now let's look at the electric generating system. I think the diesel motor is actually turning 2 generators, one attached to the engine and the other one stacked above it and driven by this belt. There are also 2 boxes mounted to each side of the truck, containing the rectifiers and capacitors to convert the AC power from the generators to DC electricity to run the 2 traction motors in the rear axle. Here you can see the duct system designed to bring cooled air to both the generators and the rear traction motors. The cooling system that makes this cooled air is mounted up here, across from the cab. That is one serious fan. Now let's take a look inside the cab. It's a little dusty up here. I think this truck has been sitting out here for quite a while. But it doesn't look too uncomfortable to work from. Hopefully that was the case, as mine haul truck drivers work 12-hour shifts, so the trucks can be used 24 hours a day. They are just too expensive to park for half the day. Look, it even has a sunroof. The tires are over 10 feet tall and about 3 feet wide. The truck uses 58-ply tires. It's no wonder these tires can cost in excess of $40,000. Here's the fuel tank. I don't know its capacity, maybe 500 or 600 gallons. And here's the reservoir for the hydraulic fluid. I don't know how much it holds either, but it needs a lot of hydraulic fluid to operate those huge rams for the dump bed. Speaking of the dump bed, you'll notice another interesting fact about this truck is its exhaust system. The exhaust pipes run from the engine to the bed, where it heats the metal to keep the material from freezing and sticking to the bed during the winter months, where it finally exits the rear of the truck here. And here. It also has two smaller exits on each corner of the bed. Quite an ingenious system, really. One element of the truck wasn't cutting edge, however. It still used drum brakes. Although these drum brakes are huge. Just look at the size of the caliper it uses. And the power steering cylinder. By the way, the orange foam sticking out is to keep the bees from making a hive inside the wheel. These two boxes on each side of the truck that look like headlights are actually the air cleaners for each bank of cylinders for the V16 engine. Each box has two pipes that feed the two turbochargers for each side of the engine. Although the engine never exceeds 2,000 RPM, it still takes massive amounts of air to feed this hungry beast. Just look at the size of those pipes feeding those hungry turbochargers. Well, that completes our tour of the Terex Series 33-15 haul truck. It is an important piece of mining history, and I hope you enjoyed seeing it up close and personal like this. Thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe and to click the like button. Goodbye.